Hello, Nomads, and welcome to episode 5 of the Nomads of Fantasy podcast. My name is Brandon, and I am here with Eric and Dave. Why don't you guys say hello?
Hello, this is Dave. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
How's it going?
You guys are so corny. You think after the 5th episode you guys will be able to slicker? I don't know what it's like because I get to do the quick little say the name, pass it off to you guys.
No, I've dropped a Baba Booey. I don't know what else to do.
I don't have a catchphrase yet.
We'll work on that. Anyways, all right. Real quick, before we get into the meat of this episode, what are you guys playing? What are you guys watching? And then I'll go after you guys.
I haven't been playing a ton since last time we talked. I'm still playing Ratchet and Clank. Still fun as hell. The main thing I've been playing is so I was still on my Mario kick after beating Mario Galaxy. So I went back to Mario Odyssey, and that game is so fucking good, man. I can't get enough of that game. I could play that game forever. But yeah, did you know there's 999 moons in that game? So literally 1,000 moons to collect, and I just reached past 400. So I still have like 600 to go. So I'm gonna be playing that game for a while.
Is that like Super Mario 64, where you're like replaying the same level to get different stars in each like world?
So you play through. I mean, you play through like the story, quote unquote. You know, the amount of story that there is in a Mario game. So once you beat that, it kind of. I mean, on my first playthrough, I didn't collect every single thing. I didn't really have any intention of doing that. But I mean, once you beat Bowser, spoiler for the first time. It unlocks it unlocks some more stuff where you can go back and get a bunch more moons and everything. But man, that game is just so fun to play. Like I can't get enough of it.
It is. It's a perfect 10. It's
amazing. Like it just feels so good, and like every time you collect a moon, it's so satisfying. I mean, and it goes a lot faster. I mean, there's 1,000 moons, so you're collecting a moon probably, I don't know, once every couple minutes. You know, in like Galaxy, you get 1 star per level, so you go through an entire level, and at the end of that level, you get a star. But in Odyssey, you know, Brandon knows anyways, it's like a more of an open area type thing, where the moons are kind of scattered everywhere, so you can, you know, go over here, do this thing, get a moon. Ground pound on this thing, it gives you a moon. Collect a couple things over here, it gives you one.
Yes.
The Mario 64 setup, where you got like a.
It's like the Mario 64.
You jump into, and it's got like, yeah.
It's like Mario 64, except the one thing I hated about Mario 64 is once you collect the star, it kicks you back out to the hub world, and then you have to go back in and restart again. But with Odyssey, you know, you collect it and just keep on rolling, which I love that.
That's cool.
But yeah, man, Dave, when you ever get a Switch, that has got to be one of the first games you play.
It's coming. As soon as they announce that Pro, I'm all on board. I'm getting right in there.
But yeah.
Was that all you're playing, or what else?
I checked out, I don't know, I was telling Dave a little bit before you hopped on, Super Bomberman R online. So have you ever played like the original Bomberman or anything on NES?
I know those. Yeah, I like those games. Yeah.
So I mean, it's basically the same thing, like the same basic concept. You got your bombs, fucking blow up walls, get power ups, try to blow up the other players. But this one is cashing in on like the whole battle royale style.
Right. I was just gonna say battle royale would be really cool with it.
Yep. So it's like
depending on how
the Tetris 99 thing. You can have 64 players max per game. And it's cool because there's like 4 separate areas. So like, I don't know, like depending on how full the room is, like 10 players could be in this area, another 10 could be in this area. And then it's like a 2-minute battle phase. And then after that, there's a movement phase. So you can move to different areas. And
this is on Switch, obviously.
And it's free. It's free to.
And it's free?
It's free.
I was just on my Switch yesterday. I got to check this out. Okay. You're selling it to me right here, right now.
And so
I love battle royale games.
It's like a battle royale. So after the movement phase, one by one, each area kind of locks off. So like if you're stuck in the area that's, like a bunch of spikes come down, if you're stuck in that area, you die and you're out.
Yeah.
So you have to move to a different area, and then the blocks drop down, so you have to avoid those. And then you just kill other players, and it's last man standing. But yeah, that
Okay, I saw that there was a Pac-Man battle royale I saw on there as well.
that was fun. I played a little bit of that. I mean, I don't know how long the tail is on that. I played, I don't know, 10 rounds or something, and then I was kind of done with it. But it was fun while I played it. And it's free. That's free too. I mean, you could buy the premium pass with both games to get like extra features and modes, but yeah, I mean that.
The free content on Switch is nice.
Yep. That was a fun one, and it's really fun if you can get a bunch of friends together. The only thing with the Bomberman one is one person has to buy the exclusive or the premium pass to be able to create like a private room. I mean, it's only like $10, but if you got a bunch of people to play together, that's really fun.
Right.
So I mean, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I've been really obsessed with Mario Odyssey, so I think I'm gonna keep going with that.
Can't blame you.
You watching anything though?
Not really. I haven't really watched anything. I've been watching. I really want to keep going on My Hero, just because from last week it got me back in the mood for it.
It's got me on an anime kick, dude. It's got me an anime kick. What about you, Dave? What have you been playing or watching?
I'm doing the usual smattering of games.
Smattering.
I tried
That's a good word.
to finish out the No Man's Sky before the expedition ended to try and get the Normandy for Mass Effect. Spoiler alert, I was definitely lost and definitely wasted like 2 hours, like wandering around the galaxy not knowing where the fuck I was. So I had to restart the whole thing, and I thought you only had to get to like the second level, but you had to get to like the fifth part of the expedition. So it was nice to play some Mass Effect. It was nice to play some No Man's Sky. That game is ridiculous, and they have all sorts of crazy shit in that game now, which it's kind of daunting to even try and think about getting back in. But we'll see. I think they announced something else, another expedition coming up. Or
did you see the new
thing,
the new update they just announced? It's like a complete visual overhaul of the entire game.
I didn't see that,
dude.
Headline.
That just makes me want to.
Something like that.
Every time they come out with one of those update videos, it just makes me want to fucking jump back in, because like the shit they've added to that game is like the amount of stuff is insane. Every time I go back, I'm like, how are they doing this? But yeah, that game is awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious how big the team is there these days, but I feel the same way whenever I see an Elder Scrolls Online trailer.
Oh
I'm like,
my god,
oh, this looks so fucking cool, and then I go and I play the game for like a day or two, and I'm like, eh. So, but regardless, me and Brandon played a random night of Sea of Thieves.
Ooh.
Rolled around for an hour or two.
roam in the high seas.
Sailing the high seas. We just jumped in a boat and we said, oh, look at that fucking floating skull over there, and we just sailed to it to see what we could do. And
Yeah.
there's a pile of ghost ships. Yeah. We ended
Best
up
looking water in
crashing
video
our ship
games
and
for
sinking.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we
It's
didn't really
weird
get
how
much
they-
accomplished though.
Do you
No,
ever
it's
when
weird how the
you
progression
play
works,
that
'cause
game?
You can jump in at any time because there's no like real progression on your character, so you feel like I can just jump in and do whatever if I, I'm smart enough about it, but apparently not. We did not fare very well. Ran around in the dark for a while.
It does have that arena mode, Dave, that we looked at. Maybe next time we just go for that, even though we'll get our ass kicked. Who cares? I mean, let's just check it out. If it's just naval battle, like,
What is
that'd
that?
be kinda cool.
What's the
that'd be cool.
what's the arena mode?
they haven't. I don't know. I think it came out, and I think it's strictly combat. I think that's what it is. I never played it. We've always just done the adventure part, just kind of go in, dick around, and then get off. But now with that mode, that might change. I don't know. Might be kind of worth checking out.
I always thought that might be weird. I always thought the combat was like the weakest part of that game. Like it does not feel good at all to fight
The
other
naval
players.
combat's not bad,
The naval
actually.
combat's not bad, but like
Sure.
sword fighting with another player is not. I've never had fun with that.
Trash. Yeah, I know. I instantly knew I couldn't get into it when I was like, "This is worse than Oblivion." Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like exactly what it was. It says allows players to dive straight into on-demand competitive play with other crews for a more action-focused encounters. So, sounds just like you're shooting cannonballs at each other, shit like that. So that was fun. That was a nice little one-off. Last night I played a little bit of Slay the Spire. I got back into that for a little bit.
Fucking love that
A couple
game.
hours. That game is cool. I felt like playing something like Magic or a card-based game, and that one, yeah, I never really gave a fair shake to, but that one is definitely fun. It's got a cool art style. Replayability is nice because it's different every single time you play, so
Yeah, and once you
character a different starting deck, and yeah, once you go,
yep, you can. Yeah, they got what I don't know how many classes they're up to now, like 3 or 4 different classes, I think. So you can go through with each, like you were saying, go through with each character, and you got a different starter deck. So yeah, you can beat the game up to 4 times, and they got all these challenge modes and stuff. But every time I go back to that game, it's just so fun.
Yeah, definitely. Got to keep that in rotation somewhere. And then the highlight of my week, it's a new game, fresh on Gamepass and PlayStation, I guess, for a little bit. Knockout City. Dodgeball from EA Sports. Dragged Brandon into a little bit of that. And it's fun. It's got like that back and forth thing. I was trying to explain it earlier where, like, you always want a competitive game to feel like if you die, like it's your own fucking fault. It's not like the game being cheesy or somebody doing something lame. Like that one with the catch and throw mechanics and whipping curveballs and lob shots around at people. Super fun, I thought. What else was there? I think that was it. Brandon, what did you think about Knockout?
Yeah, I don't know, it's fine. It's smooth. It's got potential. I think the controls worked once you kind of get the hang of them. I think it needs. Dude, after you play a game like Overwatch, it's really hard to play these character games where, like, well, everybody kind of is the same, but the way the model looks, I think, is very important to me. So Overwatch, I can see a Reinhardt. You could throw 100 skins on these characters, and I still recognize Reinhardt and McCree and Zara and all
the
these
silhouette,
characters just because of the shape.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like the rough shape though, because even the skins can change the silhouette a little bit. But yeah, it's roughly the same silhouette, I guess, though, and I think that's good character design. And a lot of these games, they just have everybody's like the same build. Everyone kind of looks the same. There's just kind of little changes here and there. I don't know. So other than that, like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that reminds me of...
it's definitely like a couple nights a week game. It's not like a Call of Duty where you're jumping on every single night.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know if there's anything special about it.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, if you want to, I don't know, maybe they keep up with updates, that'd be good.
That reminds me of, I don't know if you guys have seen that car combat game that came out on PS5. It was called Destruction All-Stars. It's kind of the same thing. Like it's a
yes.
Like it's a,
was that good?
I downloaded it. Like it's the same thing. You know, it was like it started out free to play, just to get everybody in there, playing online with each other. But yeah, it's got all these different characters. Each one has a different like car ability, like their super or whatever. And it's, I don't know, it doesn't really feel that great to play. There's a couple different modes.
Yeah.
But like the core gameplay, you know, you're just driving around smashing into people, which, you know, sounds fun, but the cars just don't feel very good. And like you said, they tried to do the whole Overwatch thing with all these different characters, but it just doesn't work because they're all lame.
Yeah.
They're all stupid.
Dude, what was that friggin' game from Bleeding Edge? Who is a great studio?
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that piece of trash that came out from Xbox? It was like this fart in a wind exclusive.
Yeah, Bleeding Edge.
What was that? Bleeding Edge. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah.
By Ninja Theory. Yeah. Yep.
I saw that game. I'm like, excuse me? Like, all right, a melee brawler. Okay, I can get behind this. Like, if they're kind of going for it, like I trust them. Like, they're a cool studio. And then I played it, and I was just, these characters are horrible. Horrible character design.
Yeah, if
Did
you're
not like any of them.
if you're gonna make a hero, whatever, whether it be a shooter or whatever combat game,
Yeah.
the characters have to be memorable
Smite has really
and
good
cool.
ones. Fighters have really good ones. But yeah, it's something that I think it takes me out of it.
Well, like
It's,
Smite. Smite's got some great character designs.
Smite does
Dave and
have
I
good
go way back
characters.
to Smite.
Yeah,
I love it.
Because you got like
That's a
already
game
like
that always pulls me in.
a mental picture of like what the gods would be like, but they have some really cool artwork
the
and cool
artwork's
shit in
really
that game.
good.
that one time I played it with you guys was fun.
Yeah, dude, you should play it. It's good. We throw that one in. It's always like a filler, Smite or Rocket League. Are
Dude,
like the
oh my
go-tos.
God.
Or maybe Injustice or Mortal Kombat.
Invite
Like,
me
throw
when
it
you
in
play
there, but-
fucking Rock. I love Rocket League. I'll whip your asses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Dude, we love
Horrible.
Rocket League. Yeah. But I actually have been watching Invincible. On my
Hey.
episode 3.
Yeah. How'd you like that
Holy
ending of that
shit,
first
that
episode?
show is fantastic.
The ending of that first episode.
Dude, it's weird. These
Tense.
episodes had 2 endings. It's like it ends, and then it goes to the credits, and then it has this other scene, and it's just like 5 or 10 minutes long, and it's just like totally different experience. That was insane. I don't want to give that away, but on the theme of oh shit, like oh shit.
Yeah, that is a good one.
So yeah, Eric, you haven't watched this?
No, I gotta watch that one. I've been
Oh my
wanting to
god, do you
get
like
to that.
The Boys? It's The Boys meets anime.
I do, yeah.
Like 90s anime or something.
I
like
still
that,
gotta
like
watch season
American
2
style.
of Boys, but I like it.
Oh my.
Season 3 is that?
Yeah,
It's
so
coming
I
out
was
soon.
watching that.
Mm-hmm.
More
Yeah.
Boys.
Dude, you know what I've been I actually was playing on my Switch. I was playing that new Super Mario World 3D.
Oh, 3D.
Is that
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that just-
3D All Star or
3D World?
oh, 3D
Super Mario
World.
3D World,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
With,
the Bowser's
Bowser's
Fury.
Fury.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, dude, it's really fun. Really liking that. I know it's 4 players. But my son and I were playing that. My 6-year-old, he loves it, and he was doing pretty well. I was doing pretty good, obviously.
That's the one with the cat suit?
Yep.
You got
Cat Mario.
Cat
Yeah,
Mario,
so you could
right?
be cats
Okay,
in
yeah.
this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one was
cats
hot
and
here
shit.
for a while.
Fighting Bowser was really cool in that first castle.
It's a great
Yeah, we
co-op.
got to like the
Great co-op game.
Yeah, dude, I love that family co-op shit. Only Nintendo really gets. They just get it. They just get it. Innocent kids can play this. Parents can play this with their kids. Adults can play this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's so good. It's got that. It's like you said with Odyssey. It's just man, Nintendo, Mario. They just know how to make their Mario games. So it was really fun going back and playing some Mario. Then we checked out that Bowser's Fury, which is kind of a cool concept.
Mm-hmm.
One of you is Mario, and it's more of the style of Odyssey, and then but it's co-op, and they have like an assisted player where they can be Bowser Jr.
Yep.
And he just kind of hovers around, and it's just like a kid mode that can keep up, which is kind of cool. Kind of like Cappy, if you want to be Cappy in Odyssey. So I thought that was pretty fun. Yeah, Dave, we can't wait for you to get a Switch because you're just gonna go crazy.
Dude.
You're gonna need like $1,000 though because Nintendo games are expensive and all their games are great.
The Wii U still has Super Mario 3D World, so we played that on the Wii U console.
It does,
just,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't
It
know
just
that.
doesn't have the
Okay.
Bowser's Fury end of it, so
Bowser's Fury is the new part of
Oh.
it. Yep. Bowser's
trust
Fury
on
is the new part
Nintendo
of
to
it.
recycle their
okay.
games. But yeah, that was
Okay.
that's a very
I
good
do
one.
know they do that.
Anything else or gaming or watching?
Like I said, I was watching a bunch of anime. Just going through Netflix to see what would catch, and I did see Haiku is on there.
Dude.
You dropped that last.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
It's
Is it good?
amazing. I don't know if you would like it, but I love it. I'm telling. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a sports anime. It's just about some. It's like a high school volleyball team. Like the premise sounds boring, but to be honest, you learn so much about like the game, the actual game of volleyball, and that part of it is really interesting. And then everything surrounding it. I mean, they treat it like something like My Hero, where it's this wimpy kid is just trying to find his way in the world, and he wants to be the best volleyball player ever. And it's just his story of building up and becoming good and part of this team. It's really good. I would give it a shot if you're interested.
I'm really liking the collection that Netflix has going right now, and that's where I've been looking at the shows. Some of them look really promising, like Blood of Zeus.
I've heard that's good.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's a Netflix, I think, exclusive show.
Yep.
So that's just like the Olympians and
I was gonna say, I feel like that's something Dave would be into. I mean, it's the anime style, but it's like just about fucking Greek gods fighting.
I can dig on that. That sounds good.
Yeah, and then I can't remember what the one is called. It's like Baku, or I should know it. But I watched a couple episodes back to back. Troy Baker was the main character, and it's just like this fighting show. I don't know. The plot is very light, but he's like 17 and he's this fighter. He just knows how to fight, and he's just trying to do his own thing, whatever. But then these evil people around the world that are like either being hung because they're being executed, or they're being electrocuted, or they're being injected, or anytime that everybody's like dying around the world at the same time, because they're criminals, like lethal injection and all that stuff, and then they don't die, something happens, and then they come back to life, or they defy death or something like that. They all break free from their things, and then they all go on this mission to go and hunt down this kid and find him and then fight him. It's such a weird plot. It's insane. Yeah, so I was like, I just kept watching because it's like, where is this going? And I love the sound of Troy Baker, but like, where the hell is this going? So I like that one. I'll let you guys know the more I get into it. If I really recommend it, I might watch like a couple more episodes of it.
Another anime you should check out. I know it's on Netflix because that's where I watched it. Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it's yeah. You should watch that. It's probably, I mean, it's considered one of the best anime of all time, and I would have to agree with that because I just finished it like a couple months ago.
That too.
And it's really fucking good. So there's another one for you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is definitely on Netflix.
Yep.
If I think about
it's on
it.
Netflix.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm always dabbling with stuff. I'm always playing games and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been watching more stuff lately than playing. But yeah, that's it. And then some Odyssey from Assassin's Creed. Just grinding on that a little bit here and there. But
let's just turn this into an anime podcast.
I'm okay with that.
No, but I do like anime. I told you, like I got into it again, so it is fun. It's just so different. Yeah, there's a couple of cool ones like Castlevania, Dave. That Blood of Zeus. There's another one that looked really cool from some other franchise. Like, man, Netflix just gets anime. So I don't know. I think if you're an anime, you probably already know this, but Netflix has got a good collection if you're already paying for that subscription. All right, enough about us. At least that's what we're doing right now. But I wanted to ask you guys, just so people can get a little idea about, I don't know, what kind of gets us like excited in a game. So specifically the video games, what are some of the oh shit moments that you've experienced? I don't care. It could be sad, it could be crazy, it could be epic, it could be whatever it is, scary. Like some memorable things that you're like, I will never forget that. Oh my god, I was, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, so that's the feeling. What games, and I have a couple that I just will never forget. and I was just like in my head, oh shit.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I
But
definitely got some.
I'll go later. But I don't know. Whoever wants to go first. Dave, why don't you go first because we let Eric go on what he was playing. So yeah, why don't you share? At least we'll go around, but like you start us off.
Yeah,
sure. I broke mine down into a couple categories,
and just games and just this, and be careful with spoilers.
Oh, there's gonna be plenty of.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, spoilers.
Warning, we have spoilers.
Spoilers are
there will
on
be
the
spoilers
table,
galore.
on the table.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a pretty recent one though, but one in my. So one of the things that I think makes you go, oh shit, sometimes is just like the huge set pieces in games and like the intensity of some scenes and things like that. But one of the more recent ones is the intro fight from God of War in 2018, where the stranger shows up.
I almost put that down.
That one,
I didn't put it down because I knew
intense.
Dave was gonna bring it up.
I kind of wanted to bring God of War as like a whole.
How do you not,
it,
dude?
Because like the
I was gonna say, how many God of War moments do you have on your list from the whole series?
Just the 2018 one. There's the world worm when that thing shows up, or I mean, you end up killing that thing. You kill everything you touch in God of War. But
the world snake, yep.
Some of the boss fights from God of War 2, God of War. I don't know. I mean, friggin' all of them, I guess. But
dude, I just want to. You mentioned the world. Yeah, you mentioned the world snake. The first time you hear him talk is like just hear him talk is a crazy oh shit moment. Because like the sound design on his voice, or I don't even know, is the sound that comes out of his mouth. I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's like reverberating and like this deep like thundering, like I don't know, it's like a godlike voice. I don't know, I can't even describe it, but the first time I heard that I'm like, oh my god.
And he takes up an entire like section of the map in that, like when you're fighting some of the titans in
it's so
I think
cool.
it's God of War 2, like, and it pans out and you're fighting this battle and it's just like on the back of his hand or something, and you end up throughout the level having to like crawl up his arm and it'll zoom out and it'll do all sorts of crazy shit. But like the
that is something that God of War has down, is like the huge, like the scale. They really make you feel the scale.
So yeah, that's one of my first oh shitters. I thought, I mean, just as a whole, like that series is just filled with oh shit. Shout out to Corey Balrog for making sweet ass games.
Do you play with headphones when you play video games, Eric?
I do, yeah. I used to not, but now that I actually have a decent pair of like the Sony Gold headset ones, I always play.
Sure.
And obviously, I'm right next to the kids' room, so I'm always playing with headphones.
Yeah, I've been playing with headphones at night for a long time.
It's so much better. Oh my god!
But dude,
they literally design around.
No, I don't. I want.
Yeah.
Yes, and when you were talking about the sound of that creature, it was like, I literally have this written down. Dragons are in Skyrim. That was like one of the big draws, right? Hello, 11, 11, 11, and it sounded like a sketch of like a big dragon drawing on a wall. And then when you play that game, and you encounter the dragon in the very beginning, and it's like crazy. But when you're wearing headphones and you're walking through that fucking beautiful forest and beautiful birds are chirping and the music's serene and you're just walking and you're thinking about what you want to do, and all of a sudden a dragon shows up, the drums kick in, the dragon lands on the ground, it shakes the ground, your head's shaking, it dominates the sound, it scares the fuck out of you, turn around, it's so big. Dude, I will never forget the first time I encountered a dragon, because I was just doing exactly that. I was just walking through this town, and then all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're huge. Scared me, man. Sound design in that is really,
dude, even when you
really
like when you're just walking around and you like hear a dragon like roar in the distance, like where it's flying around over here, and you're like, it's coming, it's coming towards you, and you're like, yep, here we go, time to fight this motherfucker.
Yeah, those are awesome.
It can get you. Same reason why it's hard for me to play scary video games at night. Not because of I'm scared, because of the sound design, man. It's just like I can't handle.
The sound is everything. Yep.
Like I played Resident Evil 7. God, we always talk about this game. But Resident
It's
Evil
worth
7
talking about.
with my headphones. I'm like, oh, God, I can't do it. I did it one time at night. I'm like, what's wrong with me? What am I doing? This is scary.
It's the ambient sounds that mostly get you, because like a lot of they do this thing, especially in Resident Evil 7, where you're like walking in the house and you think you'll hear like footsteps or something, but really it's just like the ambient noises of the creaks around the house, or it's your own footsteps as you're walking through the house. And it's like you hear something and you're like, what the fuck was that? But it does such a good job, because like it evokes that emotion when you're just walking through the house. So, and that's the intention of it with all the ambient noises and everything. It's just to keep you on edge until something does actually happen.
Yeah, and it reminds me of Senua's Sacrifice, right? With they tell you in the beginning, this game was designed with headphones in mind, and all the whispering in your ears is going all the way around, like as you play that game. And
some of the behind the scenes for that game is super cool. The way you see them record it, they record it with like 12 microphones or something like that specifically for that.
Oh, okay, really?
I'm usually one of the people that, like, I don't know, before I had kids, I would just crank it as high as it goes because I want the subwoofer to like shake my house, basically. And that's how I went through a lot of the God of Wars in my 20s and 30s. But now that I'm an old man, I gotta set it up and get headphones on. But if you know it's a special experience, you gotta do it. Jump in there.
I have a woofer and I have a sound bar, and I do have a wife and kids who are going to be gone this weekend, and I'm like, that's all they're going to geek
crank
out
it
and just
play.
Crank it. I'm going to watch Star Wars. I'm going to play Star Wars. I'm going to do so many. I'm going to be so loud.
You're going to crank it in more ways than one.
Oh, that's amazing. You're not the only one that made that joke before. All right, so Dave, what else you got here for some moments?
I mean, one that I'm guessing is probably on a couple of ours. A little game called BioShock.
Ooh,
yes.
So there's a couple. That one's like an entire series that has a couple different parts in it. Where like
I have two.
The very intro of the very first BioShock and that first level is just so goddamn intense.
I had BioShock openings,
and that's like one of those ones openings. That like you call people in the room, come fucking watch this, and you make them show like that whole intro, Andrew Ryan's speech in the beginning of that. That was
so good.
That was really good. They remastered that though. I haven't replayed one in a while.
It's 60 frames.
That might be a good one to actually
but
jump
60
back
frames, nice. Yeah, do it.
But yeah, I mean, even at the end of that game, the "Would You Kindly" twist from Andrew Ryan.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see that shit coming.
Shit.
I didn't see that coming at all. So, one of those. That's one of those.
I didn't either. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the Big Daddy part was oh shit. I was just like, again, you just
your first when you take down your first Big Daddy.
Yeah. I was just like, that first fight, you have to do it, and it's just like, Jesus, this thing is scary.
Because as soon as you fire the first shot, that you're about to be in for a fucking world of pain. Like, and they do not mess around those first games. Even though like the old control schemes made it a little trickier because you're only using either like a gun or a plasmid. You only have one hand. I don't think until BioShock 2 they actually let you use both.
Dual.
So
yeah.
That's cool. But another BioShock game on my list. Two, I wasn't, I don't know, I guess as memorable because one was like the first introduction to it. But BioShock Infinite.
Two's just more of one.
The beginning of BioShock Infinite and the end of BioShock Infinite just kind of melted my brain a little bit. The end more so than the beginning, but...
Yeah, which...
Yep, the end, I had to look up a fucking YouTube video. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and it's...
Oh, yeah.
You're getting drowned, and then there's... what's the girl's name?
Elizabeth.
And there's all of her showing up. And
Comstock.
You're really Comstock, and isn't she your daughter?
Yeah, I love that game. I played it a couple times. It's it's such a mindfuck because there is every possibility out there where sometimes you become a born again Christian and then become like this crazy evil guy, and other times like something else happens. But like the ones where you've decided after what you did on the battlefield, you take on this new persona and you become you're not Booker anymore. You come up with a new name called Comstock, and in those universes, where you made that decision to be him, you mostly become a tyrant, and you start attacking the world with Columbia. So you have to drown yourself so you never make that decision, and they go back in time or something like that. It's this crazy fight, and the final one or something like that I think is in the DLC. There's like one more Comstock that's out there, and that's what the DLC was, to go and track him down.
But it's infinite. How's there one Comstock left? There's an infinite number of Comstocks. So it's just like
you can wipe out the possibility of infinite because you're at the lighthouse. They do some time traveling, I think, and she shows all of the different possibilities.
Well,
I mean, this game is such a wild. Yeah,
too crazy.
Yeah, I love that. I fucking love that game. I'm actually playing through it down low. Like, I'm playing it, like, because I got the remake, and I'm like, I'm going to play 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, and Infinite. And when I got to Infinite, just dabbling with the first couple levels, I had to, like, I put it down, Brandon. You have other games to play. You've played this already, like, 3 times. I love that game. I love that game so much.
That's a good one. How about Eric? What do you got over there?
All right. I'll come out with a heavy hitter first and foremost here. Red Dead Redemption, a game I think we all love.
Oh yeah,
I think
oh boy,
we can all agree.
Is this a big spoiler?
I mean, yeah, this is a big spoiler.
A 10-year-old spoiler.
Come right out and say it when John Marston gets fucking shot to hell in front of his wife and kid. That was that's a fucking as much of an oh shit moment as you can have. 'Cause like the way it's so smart, the way they do it too. 'Cause like, you're on your farm, you think, everything is okay. I mean, you kind of have this feeling that something's coming eventually, but John Marston's just living his life with his family. And then one day these fucking, all these agents and deputies show up to his farm. And you kind of get this feeling in your stomach, like, yep, this is it. But the way they set it up, and they have like the shootout, they act like you have like a chance because you go into like that Deadeye mode where you can kind of target all of the dudes that are shooting at you to see if, give you one last chance to try to kill a bunch of them. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. No matter how many times you do it, you can't avoid it. In the end, they just fucking firing squad on John Marston in front of his barn.
Yeah, and he's such a good character.
Yep,
he's such a likable character.
He's definitely the definition of an anti-hero. Like, obviously he's done some fucked up shit in his past, but you root for him and you want him to have a happy ending. But in the end,
same with the sequel.
Yep, I mean, redemption. It was coming. It was chasing him the whole game, and it finally came all together at the end. And he got, I don't know. He got what was coming for him. But then, I mean, that was
a tough life. Yep.
I mean, tough life. Yeah, fucking tough life as an outlaw. But then, I mean, that was one like crazy oh shit moment. And then, you're thinking. I mean, this is obviously talking about the first time I played through it. I'm like, okay, that's the end of the game. It's probably gonna go to credits. But then you take over. It jumps to the future, and you take over as his son, Jack Marston. And you have like the one, that one last final mission of hunting down John's killer.
Yeah.
Whatever, the Agent Ross or whatever his name was. But yeah, so you fucking make your way all the way to almost, I think he's like chilling out in Mexico or whatever.
I thought he's like, fishing by himself.
He's retired. He's just fishing by this river. Just, camping out, minding his own business. You fucking roll up on him. There's Jack Marston. They have this back and forth. Like, the agent was like, your father was a piece of trash. He deserved what he got. And obviously Jack wasn't happy about that. And, he gave him a chance to do one last showdown, and fucking, Jack just kills him and avenges his family. So that was another oh shit moment. That was like the perfect cap to that game. I would have been happy with it if it ended after John's death. But I think getting that closure at the end with Jack was a great moment.
It was a spot in that game too. I wanted it while we're on Red Dead. I think you're going to Mexico on horseback, and it's just like a sunset ride, and all of a sudden the music kicks in, and it's like the first song that you hear I think it might be the first song you hear in the entire game. That's like part of the soundtrack or whatever, but it's like it's I don't know, a very introspective ride where you're listening to this acoustic song while you're taking a trip into Mexico, and that was a super good part of that game.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption, man. I still gotta finish Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm like, I don't even know how far I am in it. Maybe like halfway through, but first game.
Dutch is a real prick. That game. I don't know.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that first game I think will always hold a special place for me. But yeah, there's tons of old shit moments in that game, but those two for me, especially John Marston's death. Like the first time I saw it, I swear my mouth was like fucking just wide open.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, that was a big one for me. Let's see. This one, Dave will probably like this one. It's kind of a quick one, but it's also a classic one. The Megaton choice in Fallout 3.
Yeah, that's a good
one. What happened there?
You don't know this one, Brandon?
I never played much of 3. A little bit, but...
So, basically, you got it's just like this small, like, whatever, fucking podunk town.
It's like the first little town you meet when you leave the vault, too.
Yeah.
The first village that you come to.
So it does a nice job because it sets up, you get to meet all these characters. Like Dave said, they're the first characters you meet out of the vault, and you go around this town talking to everybody, do these little side missions for people. And then, so the whole thing about Megaton is there's this like supposedly dormant nuke in the middle of town, that's not, it's supposed to be like, oh, it's safe, it's not active or anything. But there's these crazy like cultist dudes, the Sons of Adam or whatever they're called, who like, who like worship this fucking thing. And they basically want to wipe Megaton off the map.
Might be a 10-penny tower. I thought it was 10-penny tower that you had to choose on that.
Was it?
Might be. I don't know. It's another.
You might be right. You might be right, but anyways, yeah. You basically in this mission you get this choice whether you want to blow up this town, like arming the nuke and blowing up this town, or disarming it and saving everybody in the town. So it's crazy because if you do choose to nuke the town, like that's it. Everyone in that town is dead. Any missions you had for any characters in that town, like you just get this failed down the screen, like all the missions you had, like so you can't complete those missions.
Oh wow.
And yeah, they're just gone. And then if you go, you can go back to like the ruins of it and like see the aftermath of it, and that's kind of an oh shit moment. I think before I played that game for the first time, I knew about that, but I still wanted to, like, I saved it right before I made the choice and did it just to see what would happen. And even knowing about that, it was still like a crazy oh shit moment. I mean, I always try to I'm lame. I'm in RPGs. I always try to play the good guy, but. So I did that, and then I reverted my save and made the good choice, so I could, so I didn't blow them up. But that was a good one. I wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah, never played that much of 3, but that is pretty cool. I heard that you could do something like that. I can just picture all the failed stuff on the side of the screen.
Yep.
Like, oh, okay. Good thing I saved. Who's played the first Halo and all the way through? Just me.
I played it recently, like last year.
All right, so for me, for video. I mean, I'm trying to. A lot of the oh shit moments kind of happen. Like the zombie hounds jumping through the windows in Resident Evil. Whoa, it was scary. It came out of nowhere. And you can't move the camera and all stuff, and that was intense. Like there's some old things that happen, but in games that I can recall. But I remember Halo. I remember the build-up of Halo and people talking about Halo, and at that time I was PC gaming, and my brother had Halo Combat Evolved, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to play this. So I played the opening level, and I was like blown away just with that opening level, and it's still fun today. I still think the opening level of the first Halo is really good. And you kind of get really good at fighting all the different kinds of aliens that make up the Covenant. And then you do a mission halfway into the game, and you go deep down inside of this.
The library.
It might be on. Is it the library? And you go down there and you find Officer Jenkins' helmet. You take the chip out of that, and Master Chief puts it in his head, and then you can see what he saw. And the screen is just like these soldiers, the UNSC soldiers, get to this location before. They're all dead now, but they're like, what happened? And then you can see like they all just get wiped out, and like, okay, you don't know what it is. Maybe that's when you kind of, but then all of a sudden it's the flood. They show up out of nowhere, and you've never encountered the flood. I don't even recall them being mentioned. They're not on the cover of the game. But there's this whole new enemy type in the game from here on out, and it is fucking wild, and they come at you crazy, and you gotta change your whole game. They're
a bitch to fight.
Was just yeah. Now in my head, that was insane. You played it recently with probably the Master Chief Collection.
Yep.
Did you? Was it like kind of like that? Was it like whoa?
I mean,
what are these guys?
I think
you know about the flood going back now.
Yeah, I mean, I knew about it going in, but I had never played through that section before. And yeah, I mean that whole cutscene, like you said, when Master Chief finds the chip and he watches what happened to the Marines and everything. I mean, that was cool. It was still effective. I mean, it's whatever. This game came out in 2001 or something. So it's it's
like a 20-year-old game.
It's kind of cheesy with the whole like found footage type thing, but I think it was.
Oh, sure. His Officer Jenkins.
Right.
Like, it's such a lame name. Yeah, I get all that. But, like, just in the moment, just like.
Yeah.
There's a whole other enemy type?
Yeah, when you see.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, when you see the flood for the first time, it's pretty cool. But after the initial coolness of it wears off, it's kind of. Because, like, for the next, 2-3 hours, all you're doing is fighting the flood. The first time you see him, because you get through, you get that initial section, and then you get to the library section, like I was talking about before, and that section is a fucking drag, because it looks like you're going through this whole corridor. You remember this part, Brandon, where this like whatever dude is leading you around this like labyrinth type thing, and
Yep.
He's just leading you around.
Guilty Spark.
Guilty Spark. Yep. He's leading you around all these corridors. They all look the fucking same. I don't know where to go.
I think that might be the limitations of the Xbox.
It definitely was.
That was always like.
I don't know why that section was so goddamn long. Like it felt like it took forever.
Yeah.
And like all the environment, like you said, I mean, I'm sure it was a limitation.
The pacing is rough.
But like all the environment just looked the same, and I'm like, when is this going to end?
Okay. Did you finish the Halo Combat Evolved?
I did, yeah. I did finish it.
Oh, okay. The ending
is actually
intense,
good.
Though.
Like today, I think it was really good.
It is? Okay, good.
The only problem there that I had was the Warthog controls are, whatever. They're unique driving controls. You gotta get used to them.
Unique. I'm actually pretty good, so if we do team battle,
terrible.
I'm the driver.
But in that last section, like there's some like tight corridors you gotta navigate, and if you get like caught up on
everything's exploding,
and it kind of ruins the moment. Like if you get stuck on something and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking back up and get out again. But no, that ending scene is good when everything's exploding. I always love those like like timer sequences where you're escaping at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
You jump onto the helicopter at the end or something like that, or into the water. I think this one you jump into a pelican.
In a pelican, yep. And then you fucking fly off Halo as it's exploding.
Okay, yeah. Halo, the first Halo just has a sweet spot for me, nostalgia-wise, where I was just like, oh shit, that whole game was just like, everything about it was just like so different for me. I never really got into shooters on the console, and this game was the first one to convince me it could be done. Because at that time, I was playing like Quake and Counter-Strike and all those games, and yeah, not on console, but I don't know. I know Dave. It's weird. Dave's Xbox.
It's a hole.
Gamer and
it's in the shame
It's a
pile.
weird hole. It's like it's weird. It's like I like sci-fi movies. Or you ever watch Star Wars? Oh, it's a hole. I'm like, it's Star Wars.
No, I played.
It's like
I've
Halo.
I've owned two. I've owned 2 and 3, and I played through them. Like not all the way. I never finished all the stories in all of them. I'm recently started playing. What is it? The first one is Combat Evolved.
Mm-hmm.
But on
we
on the
played
Master Chief
together.
Collection, it's super sweet. But it's tough going back to like no map markers, no waypoints,
no iron sights, no sprints. That's all. Yeah,
No
it's
sprint,
tough.
it's a little rough sometimes.
Yeah, no ADS.
You get the point. You know, it's Captain America in a suit of armor, and he goes around and shoots these poor little aliens. Probably didn't do anything wrong to him.
All right, Dave, what about Resident Evil 5? I think we've all played that, right?
5?
5? I've never played 5.
I'm sorry, not 5, 4.
Oh, 4.
4. I did.
4. Yes.
The first village in that game, that's one I had on my list.
That's what I was going to say. The chainsaw guy. What the fuck? That guy came out of nowhere. I was like, whoa. You just open up a door, just like any other door in that village, and all of a sudden, a guy comes at you with a chainsaw. You shoot him in the head, he doesn't go down. You had to shoot that guy like 5 times with a shotgun.
The whole first village is
near
just
you,
fucking, you get swarmed from every direction. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The house is just people coming in. And
doesn't he have a potato sack over his head, the chainsaw guy?
Yeah.
Yep.
It makes visibility a little hard. I guess that's why he's a little slow on the draw and cumbersome. But yeah, that first village in there is... I mean, yeah, you mentioned the dog scene in Resident Evil 2. I mean, it's pretty standard.
Yep.
Well, the dogs were in 1, but 2 had
1.
the 2 had the thing from above in the police station, right down the corner.
The liquors. Yep.
Liquors.
Scared the shit out of me.
Dude, those things are Dude, in the remake, those thing in RA2 remake,
nope,
they're fucking scary as hell. They look creepy as fuck. They got their fucking brain on the outside, long ass tongue, fucking crawling on the ceilings and shit. Oh yeah, fuck those things.
All right. I got another one.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
All right.
This is another series that's got a whole bunch of holy shit moments in it. But Call of Duty from, I guess, Call of Duty probably 4 Modern Warfare on.
Duty.
Yes.
Talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare.
I was going to do that. Yeah. What scene? Which one is it?
Oh, there's a couple of them. The nuke that goes off.
There's only one for me that I was just...
The nuke goes off and kills your character. Like, that was, I think, one of the first Call of Duties where, like, the person actually dies. And that's one that I, like...
Yeah, the White House.
Did I fuck something up?
You get out of the White House and you're dead.
Well, no, it's like a nuke goes off in some town, or I forget where it is. But it's Middle East somewhere, probably.
Is that what it was? Okay.
But it goes down and you crawl around for a little bit, and I'm like, did I just not crawl to the race?
Is that the part where you're in the helicopter and the nuke goes off and you go down? Yeah. Yep.
That's what it was.
That one was super, like, because they hadn't done that before, so I didn't think, like, are you allowed to do that? You can just kill the main character? Okay, and then you continue on with the story, but there is the no Russian airport level. That one.
Oh yeah, the news kind of ruined that.
Yeah, that was a little too hyped up.
That is fucking.
Yeah.
But
it's Modern Warfare 2, right?
Intense level.
That might have been.
That's Yeah,
I think that was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, it was 2. 2, I think, is fantastic. I love that campaign. That one was really fun. Dave, I thought you were going to say when you do that mission kind of towards the end when shit started hitting the fan, and it's like Roach and Ghost, and you're doing like that house, that cabin out in the mountains or the woods or something like that, and then they keep swarming you, fight them off, and then the I don't know, the captain or whatever, he like shows up, and then you give him the data and he says thanks, and he turns around and shoots you guys both point blank.
Yeah, he gets the twin.
You and Ghost get killed.
Yeah.
And then they drag you guys out over to the side, and then they go and they just start burying you and shooting you, and it's just like, what? These were main characters, and I just did all that fucking intense stuff, and then they just whacked me like that. Oh man, killing that fucking guy at the end felt so good. I was like, fuck this guy. I love Ghost.
Yeah, that was a great twist.
Oh fuck,
but,
dude, that was painful. Call of Duty campaigns do have some moments, dude.
And I even had that under the set pieces because, just like they like to blow up giant buildings and have them fall down around you and change the levels and like do all sorts of crazy shit, like the Normandy invasion. Like that was fucked up. Like, I mean, it just kind of shows you how horrible war is in general. But it does a good way. I guess it conveys it through like brutal realism at some points. So, yeah, that was a really good one. I have a side one, I guess. And it's an ending of a Portal 2, where you are fighting GLaDOS, I believe, and the ceiling opens up and you end up shooting a portal onto the moon, and then that is how you defeat GLaDOS, and you basically suck her out through the vacuum of space onto the moon, and then close the portal. That was one of the just like, what the fuck just happened here?
Wait, was it the end of Portal 1 or 2?
Had to be 2, yeah.
Was it 2?
I've never played.
Might have been 1.
No, because I played through 1 not too long ago. I don't.
You get on top of the.
I've never played through 2.
On top of 1, right?
You definitely don't shoot a fucking portal at the moon in Portal 1. You fight GLaDOS at the end.
It's Portal 2.
Yeah, no.
But yeah.
Okay, so Portal 2, I remember. There's like halfway through the game, the new AI guy that you're carrying around, he takes over, and you have GLaDOS in your hands, and then he's like, on second thought, maybe I will be the bad guy, right? And then the game switches, and he goes from good guy to bad guy, and GLaDOS becomes your ally, right? In the second one. Have you guys played Portal 2?
I've definitely played them both, but I don't remember.
I haven't.
That
yeah, I
specific
played.
Oh, those.
I do remember shooting a
perfect games.
A Portal.
Yeah,
on the
Portal
moon
1 is amazing.
Both of those games. I mean, they're short games too. Like, you probably get the Orange Box collection on 360 for like $3.
Those games
somewhere.
need to be remastered.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Portal,
though they still look good today, I want to see a remaster with like a third fucking game.
Speaking of,
kids.
yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Portal 1, there's a great oh shit moment in that, where, I mean, it's the twist where, you go through the whole...
When you can, at the end, when you can survive.
Well, you go through...
Or
you go through the whole training program, and then
you
you fucking, it opens up and you're going into this fucking... fiery pit to die.
Lava.
But then you see this little scaffolding. You can jump up there, and it feels like you're fucking going where you're not supposed to go.
You can't do it. You feel like you're breaking the game.
You feel like
a
you're breaking.
bit.
They do such a good job of that.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, because I've never felt that game a moment ever since in a video game. It's like The Matrix. It's like once you've experienced, like, because pulling back the curtain.
Oh my god,
you can never do
pulling
it again,
back the
but
curtain.
It is that moment.
Because the first time, I mean, I knew about this before I even played it, but the first time I was like, I just sat on the conveyor belt and died, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Nailed it.
What am I doing wrong here? And then I like did it again, but then I saw there was a door on the other side, and I'm like, can I get over there? And I fucking
there's a wall that you can say, I bet I can shoot that and make a teleport. You can do it because like I did the same thing. I was like, wait a minute. I think this is how the game is. I knew it's short. Oh, okay, it must be really short.
Yeah, I was like, is this the end?
Wait a minute. I can hit that. Yeah, and I shot it and I got out real quick. I never died. I just was like, and I kept going, and then I realized, oh,
dude, yeah, I played that last year. That game came out in what, like 2005. And that was still like just a fucking good moment. like an amazing moment. Because like you said, pulling back the curtain
it really is.
And seeing like behind, the walls going through like behind all the lab rooms and everything in, like you said,
that you got teased with a little bit.
Yeah, you could see behind the wall.
The mole man would like write stuff on the walls and kind of like say that the cake is a lie, and you kind of got teased, but you think it's just like dumb shit.
Yep.
But then it turns out, no, that's actually like teasing what's to come. And then when it happens, you think, all right, how long is this going to go? I'm breaking the game. I'm just seeing shit I'm not supposed to see.
Yep.
You think it's just like a fluke, but then you keep going, then you realize, oh my God.
Like, oh shit, this is part of the game.
All that was training me the controls. Now I'm actually going to use it to get the fuck out of here.
Dude, yeah.
And then it closes with that song at the end. It's just
the
like
song,
so good.
One of the best fucking credits scenes ever. Like the best credits ever.
That song has
so
a super special place in my heart because like the first PAX East I went to, very first PAX East I went to, you're waiting to go into like see the video game orchestra or something, and there's probably good like 7,000-8,000 people just waiting in a giant convention center queue, and they have like games up on like these projection screens where you can like people are like leaning left and right or whatever, and then all of a sudden they start playing the Portal song from the end of the game, and there's like 7,000 people all singing the exact same song.
That's so cool.
It was one of the fucking
fantastic,
weird, like almost unexpected, just gaming heart-touching moments I've ever had.
You're just like, nerds, and like tears coming out of your eyes.
Yes.
Yep. We're all fucking nerds. Habit yourself.
Everyone should go to a PAX East. Those are fun as hell. Like those are
that's fantastic.
Good times. What else do we got?
I mean, can we just talk about some Fallen Order real quick with the Vader scene?
Yeah, I mean, we touched on that on our Star Wars episode, but that's worth bringing up again. That's worth bringing up again.
Oh, I just watched it again on YouTube real quick, actually, just to have it fresh in my mind, and I'm like, that scene really is done well because you fight the Inquisitor.
Yep.
And the way they kind of like, the fight kind of ends, and she's like fighting her old master, and she's kind of coming to reality with like, I fucked up. And I'm free, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Vader's presence is shown, and you can slowly hear his breathing. And, oh my God, dude.
Yep. That is.
He just murders that chick, and then, the chase scene after that is fantastic.
Which is real. Can I ask you guys real quick, though? Is oh shit of a moment that is. What's up with the, him being able to just pick up panels of metal and throw it at people, but never doing that in like any of the other movies? Did he?
He does that a little bit in Empire.
Why
yeah,
didn't he do
in
that?
Empire, that's
he does
how
that
he
in
beats the
Empire.
shit out of Luke.
Yeah, he's throwing shit all kinds of shit at him when they're fighting, and then he
throwing?
breaks the window and gets sucked out. Yeah, yep. He does that. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, he's not like picking up fucking buildings and shit, but he's he's picking up decent chunks of stuff and throwing it at Luke.
Maybe he's gotten old.
Yeah, I mean,
He can't do it as much.
What Fallen Order was?
Fallen Order is like a young Anakin.
Yeah, that was between 3 and 4. Yeah, that was right after.
Way closer to 3. It's like after 3.
Right after episode 3. Yep.
Yeah, so which is a big difference because then like 3 to 4 is actually a big gap because everyone's gotten older at that point. It's been like 20 years almost.
Mm-hmm.
Later.
It is
so
cool.
If he's like, he's like 50-ish by the time, or older, right? 50s, 40s by the time episode 4 starts. Vader.
Yeah, it's cool getting those little glimpses of like Vader in his prime because he definitely loses.
He's like a horror villain.
Yeah, yep, it's insane. But yeah, Fallen Order. Oh my, yeah, the end of that game, really good. Like you said, it just switches to fucking horror chase scene, and Vader's just hunting you down, ready to destroy you.
I don't think anybody's played Final Fantasy VII all the way, at least where Aerith. I know Dave's working on it a little bit, but the death of Aerith I wanted to put out there.
Yeah,
was one of the first oh shit moments. Yeah, I remember losing my
Flower
life
Girl?
to that game.
The Flower Girl dies?
You didn't know that, Dave?
Well, now I do.
Spoiler.
Oh, it's a spoiler, but dude, it's
I
also
didn't
like
really.
a
I don't really care for her.
25-year-old game. So but the way the game, I mean, it's a long game, and you spend so much time. She's so flower girl and nice and all this stuff the whole time. But you have like, and then like you can date these girls. You can choose who you want to date and all this stuff. So like you kind of get like really attached to these characters. And then out of nowhere, like fucking out of nowhere, Sephiroth just comes flying in from a high above, and she's like kneeling down, and he just drives his sword right through her.
Shit.
And she drops something, and like the white materia or something like that, and then she's just done. She's just dead. And the thing is like people were convinced that there was a way to bring her back, and there's rumors of like, oh, they didn't finish the game because Sony needed it out. There's cheat codes to bring her back, or there's like you can do all these things to bring her back, and it just
all towards the end too.
Dude, she's done, never to be seen again.
But yeah, this happens.
It's like
probably
Ned
like
Stark in
the
fucking
last,
video games.
The last third of the game, or something like that.
Wait, what's that?
When does this happen in the game? Like the last third of the game, or
this is in the first part of the game. You will.
It's in Midgar,
the remake
right?
will even
Midgar,
hit this.
yeah.
Like it's the Midgar. Yeah, it's in the first disc.
Oh,
it's
shit.
The first. It happens so early, and you were convinced that you can bring her back, and you can't. She dies. Yeah, dude, it's insane. And she does like this crazy thing right before all of it. To like, I don't know. Can't remember all the beats, but there's a meteor and all that stuff, and she's like an ancient race and blah blah blah. But it really came out of nowhere, and it was just. You're convinced, like, there's always a way to, like, come on, she's a main character. You don't kill off a character like that. Like, what's the story going to be now? It's a Ned Stark moment in video games for sure. I knew you guys didn't really play that yet, and then I think I had one more left, and it was the Batman Arkham Asylum, the morgue scene. Well, it's only oh shit because. It's that game's really good at whatever, the gameplay is really solid, and that Asylum is really well done, but the stuff with the Scarecrow really came out of nowhere, which makes sense because that's how the Scarecrow would fuck with his Bruce. But when he's walking around like the hallway, he comes across like a Jim Gordon, and he's like gets killed off, and he thinks he's dead, and he's walking through, and all of a sudden he gets to the morgue doors, and there's like these three body bags. I'm sorry, there's no body bags in the first room. You walk around, you just hear constant whispering. That's what it was. And all these doors are opening and closing for the little cells or whatever, where all the bodies go. And then when you go to leave, you don't go into the hallway again. You see another room, and there's three body bags, and they're moving. So when you walk up to them, you open them up, and it's like his fucking dad, his mom, and then the last one is a Scarecrow. It just is like so. The tone was like a horror game. It was like Silent Hill shit out of nowhere. Dude, I had no idea where it was going to go. And then you turn around, and next thing you know, it's like everything's just like kind of decayed and destroyed and floating, and you got to fight like a giant Scarecrow. But I don't know. That scene was just stood out from that game. That game was, and I love that game, but I was just like, whoa, hey.
I gotta finish.
Nobody told me about this.
I played through like half of Arkham Asylum, I think.
Love Asylum. City's my fave.
City is very good. I haven't finished that one either. I haven't. I don't think
Arkham Knight's really good too.
I've never played Knight. That's one I've always wanted to play.
Dude, these games are perfect.
I know.
Games.
I haven't
all 10s.
I know those. Yeah, I definitely want to go back and finish those because I haven't finished any of those games.
I have one I'm going to feel bad about spoiling.
Yeah.
It's an older game, so I guess can't feel like too terrible about it.
Who cares? Go for it. You started off with a new game.
You guys have both played Knights of the Old Republic, yes?
I knew this was coming. Yeah.
I
haven't beat it. I don't know the twist, but I don't care. You can
the elephant in the room.
Oh.
But you get towards the end and you find out that the main character that you've been playing for the entire game is really Darth Revan, the one that you've been looking for this entire time.
Oh shit!
Whoa. But the Jedi ended up erasing your memory to try and make use of you for I forget what reason, but you've been, you know, shooting around the galaxy this whole time, playing sabacc and, you know, chasing down flowers for ladies for coins or whatever you end up doing in that game. But I do remember the end of that game where you get the final reveal.
Yeah, that twist was crazy.
That's sick. Now I gotta. That makes me want to play that game again.
I know. I was gonna buy it. It's just on sale for May the 4th, but then we were talking about the remake, and I kind of held off. I should have grabbed it. I got a couple left. I don't know. Titanfall 2 story had a fair amount of like memorable.
Titanfall 2 is so good.
Titanfall 2, yes. Okay, please.
I figured someone would get it.
The single player.
Yes,
and
I wanted to.
I mean, just some of the intense moments when you're like battling some of the other like one-on-one mech battles, or towards the end where you're, you know, diving into supernovas or whatever the hell you were doing. It was that was
dude. The fucking time switching is the most shit moment in that game.
I love that level.
Like that is such a good mechanic. Like
it's just
it was just so fun every time, and I love how the AI reacted. Where did he go? How's he doing this? Wait, he was just in front of us. How's he behind us? Just like commentary. It was so good. I fucking love that level. That needed to be a whole game.
Yes, absolutely, man. They could make a whole game of that. I would
but imagine like going through different times, like 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s or something like that. Like you could just like pick like which decade, and then you'd have to learn. Oh, that'd be so fucking dope. I'm glad you picked Titanfall 2, Dave.
Yeah,
what else did you have from that game?
Just really just the story. It's the story,
the whole experience,
the whole thing, the whole thing. Yeah,
just a single player.
PSA, right? Like Titanfall 2 is always on sale for $3, $5,
I think
$10.
I think I bought it for like $5. On PlayStation.
I feel like that's criminal.
Yeah, that is a fantastic.
It's so goddamn good. Ooh, what else you have?
Well, I got some personal ones. The Mortal Kombat 9 single player story. You're Raiden. You switch through a couple different characters, and you're trying to get Shao Kahn to like fuck off Earth, head back to your Shadow Realm or whatever. And Liu Kang and Raiden have a little disagreement about how, like, I think Raiden wants to keep him alive. Liu Kang wants to kill him. So Liu Kang ends up, you know, coming to blows with Raiden, like right in front of the portal, and you have to literally fight those two against each other, and Raiden murders Liu Kang at the end of the game. Like, and that kind of sets in motion, like, Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat 11, that, you know, that whole undead Liu Kang storyline just kind of started from that one thing.
Oh, okay.
But that was one of those ones where, like, you don't, like, I guess it's Mortal Kombat, people die and come back, like, all the time. It's kind of, death isn't really a crazy thing there, but, because they seem to have fixed it with Chronica in 11, because you can just travel through time and bring people back whenever you want them now. But back then, it seemed like it was a little more, it was a little more for keepsies at this part of the story. So that was a super cool part. Mortal Kombat's always got those weird, crazy, memorable moments, like Jax getting his arms ripped off, and, you know, fights with Chronica where she turns into a T-Rex, or all sorts of crazy stuff too. But the story modes in those games have a lot of crazy moments. Sindel murdering like 12 people at a time at the end of 9 was a good one. But wanted to shout out to that one. What else do we got on here? Guitar Hero 3.
Guitar Hero 3.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah, baby. 3. There you go.
Through the Fire and Flames. I never got to expert. I did beat it on hard.
Nope.
But that took a long time, and that's one of those games I had under like difficulty, where like some shit is just, it takes you so long, but you get determined and you almost stubbornly just pound away on it. But Through the Fire and Flames, I don't think I could ever go back and do that again, but my old man hands aren't working that fast anymore. Under difficulty,
yeah, I tried to play.
I
tried to play Guitar Hero semi recently, and it's like there's no muscle memory there. It's fucking like I lost it all. I used to be good, like Dave said. I mean, I used to play on expert, and obviously I never beat Through the Fire and Flames on expert.
Like,
Rhythm
kids still play it?
rhythm
Like, is it
games in
still out
general aren't really that much of a thing anymore. Whatever Fuser is a big one these days. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that, but it's like this fucking DJ thing mixing tracks, but
Oh no, I don't want to DJ, but yeah.
But Guitar Hero, man, that I used to be obsessed with that game. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I had 2 in Rock Band.
I think a couple years ago I tried to play. No, it wasn't even that long ago. It was a couple months ago that I tried to play Guitar Hero 3 again, and like I could barely get through a song on medium, because like the fingers they just don't work like they used to.
Yeah.
Oh, this is making me want to play it.
Old school.
Yeah,
You
it's
could go
fun.
to,
It's
you
so
could go to
fun.
any Goodwill and probably find a Rock Band set and guitar for like $2.
Yeah.
I was always wondered what happened. There's a landfill just filled with plastic instruments somewhere.
I still have that. I still have the newest Guitar Hero, the last one they made. It was called Guitar Hero Live. I got that for PS4.
Okay.
And they changed up the controller, so like instead of the 5 buttons down the side, it was like 3, but there was like 1 on top and 1 on bottom, so it was 6 buttons. Like there was 2 per fret, so you had to go like switch between top and bottom. So it felt like you were playing a real guitar instead of just the big old buttons. And that game was fun, but the songs were a little lacking in that one. But it's still fun. I play it every now and then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know like Rocksmith came out or something like that too. That's another one. But I think they might use like a real guitar.
Yeah, you can hook up a
Rocksmith. Yeah, it's a real instrument.
You can hook up a real guitar. It's supposed to teach you how to play, but yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Oh, what about you, Eric?
You
got anything else?
I got 2 more.
Sure, let's hear it.
Both of these games.
Yeah, let's hear it, and then we'll go into a break.
Both of these games, I don't think either of you guys have played. I mean, actually, I don't know if either of you guys have played this. The first one is Heavy Rain. Have you guys? Do you know what that is?
That's a fantastic
Have you played
game.
it?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I've played their games before.
Okay.
Was he
say
yelling
what
at
you
the Red
will.
Bull?
Yeah, Jason.
Jason.
Trying to find. He loses his son. Jason.
Jason. He's yelling
Yep.
as he's walking through the crowd. It's one of my favorite parts.
Yep. So yeah, that game. I mean, say what you will about fucking David Cage and all that, all the bullshit with whatever misogynistic, racist, whatever, all that stuff. But Heavy Rain was really the first game that I felt like my choices and actions mattered and had consequences. And that's what I love about those games. Because you make one choice and it branches off into all these other different storylines that you can have. It changes the endings, all that stuff.
Right.
So in Heavy Rain, you play as 3 different characters. I think it's 3. It might be 4. No, it's 4 different characters. And one of them was an FBI agent. So I remember this one mission. It was like investigating some lead at a junkyard or something, and you're interviewing this guy who runs the junkyard and whatever. Clearly, you can see that he's suspicious. He knows something, but he's not letting on. So I think if I remember this game, I don't remember. This has to be at least 10 years ago since I played this game. But I think he directs you into some car that he's like, oh yeah, there's some piece of evidence in this car. So you get in the car, and he uses the fucking giant magnet thing and picks up the car and starts putting the car in this fucking crusher. So you have to do all these button prompts to try to climb out of the car before it fucking crushes you. And I failed that mission. So that one character just died, and that's it for that guy. You don't play the rest of his storyline once he dies. That's it. So I could have escaped and continued on with his story, but once he died, I swear I remember I probably said "oh shit" out loud, and my mouth was hanging open, because that was the first time, we were saying before, in Call of Duty, where one of the main characters dies, and it's yeah, there's no game over here. You just keep on going. You don't restart. You don't get to start over. You just have to live with what just happened. So I didn't get to finish. I never got to finish that guy's story. So I just thought that was a really cool thing. Like, it just really felt like, you know, I didn't do something correctly, and I had to pay the price for it.
Is it the fat detective guy?
No, it was the other guy. That was like the fat police guy. There was another like FBI agent dude who had these like weird like virtual reality glasses, and he went into like his own space. I don't know, but yeah, he's just fucking dead.
Yeah, it reminded me. I didn't even think of this, but that was one of the games where I fucked up a QuickTime event, like right at the end, where dude is going to rescue his kid, and there's helicopters all around, and like he's got snipers on him. And I messed up a QuickTime event, and he got gunned down in front of his own child.
That was the ending that I got. Yeah,
I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" So that was like, that was one that I played with the wife. It's a good wife game to play.
Because you can.
It's just like dialogue interactions and stuff like that, little puzzles.
Yep, trade off with the story choices and stuff. I mean, it's basically an interactive movie. I mean, there's like little bits of like gameplay, walking around, like investigating some things, but it's mostly just an interactive movie. And yeah, like I said, that's like the choices and consequences like mattered and like branched in different ways, and like, you know, it had how many ever different endings you could get. I've always wanted to play through that one just to, you know, get to a bunch of different endings, but my ending was pretty shitty. I got that same one where he just got gunned down by all the police officers in front of his kid.
You gotta read that one.
Damn.
What else you got?
Some heavy rain.
My last one is one of my favorite games ever, The Last of Us.
Yes, I had that one.
Have you guys played through that one?
The first,
I've only played the
gotten
first
most
few.
through. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, right off the bat, probably the best opening to
scene?
any video game ever, I would say.
So sad.
Dude, that is just, it's so emotional.
Gut-wrenching shit.
Yep. And the way it builds up, like throughout the beginning of it is so like smart. Like the way, I mean, you've seen this 100 times in like TV shows and movies, like the beginning of like the zombie apocalypse, you know, when everything starts going to shit and all that stuff. I mean, it's reminds me a lot of like The Walking Dead. I mean, like, like the first season of that show is really good, but yeah, I mean, in the beginning, you're in control of Joel's daughter, and you know, she's just home alone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you start out as her, and you're just
going to like the backyards, right?
Yeah,
like in the suburbs.
Yep, you're just home alone in your house, and fucking, you know, something seems off. Like there's stuff going on the news that you hear in the background, you can see on the TV. And then like Joel comes home and he's fucking like running away from this crazy fucking zombie trying to get in the house. And, you know, as the daughter, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And all this shit. And so you know, pack up in the car and try to leave the city. And
remember a car.
Yep.
Something happened in the car.
So Joel and his brother and his daughter are trying to leave the city in the car, and then a fucking another car T-bones them. They crash, so they have to go out on foot. Yeah. And then they reach this checkpoint where there's a bunch of military dudes, and
I remember this part.
Yep. They say to, you know, back up, get on the ground, but Joel is, you know, persistent, and they just fucking shoot and kill his daughter. And that is seriously, yeah. I mean, that's an oh shit moment, but like the sad kind of sad. Like, oh shit, like, man, that was just, that was rough. But that whole opening sequence is like, it gets me every time. So yeah, the beginning of that game and my last one was like the end of that game, which I'll spoil it for you guys here.
I've heard it's pretty intense, which is thus why it's important for the sequel.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's hot off the heels of the first one. So yeah, I mean, the whole conceit is Ellie, the little girl that you're, you know, escorting around, has the cure for the, you know, the disease. So at the end, you bring her to this hospital, to this group called the Fireflies, and they're, trying to find the cure for this disease. And Ellie has this special thing in her brain, but the only way they can extract it is if they kill her.
She has to die.
Yep, she has to die. So she's knocked out. They prepped her for surgery and everything. They're gonna do it. And then Joel's talking to the doctors and is like, yeah, she won't survive the surgery. And Joel was like, no, that's, I'm not going to happen. So he just goes on a rampage.
So no surgery.
No surgery. He just goes on a rampage, killing everyone in the hospital, rescues Ellie, takes her out of the hospital.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
They go on their way. And then the last scene of that game is just a fucking heartbreaker. So, yeah, at the end, Ellie asks Joel, like, she knows something is up. He's lying to her. He tells her that, the Fireflies couldn't do anything. It was worthless going there. They, all that stuff. And she says, to swear to her that he's telling the truth. And he does. He says, I swear. He lies right to her face. And then she, like, pauses for a moment. And you can tell just by, like, the motion capture in this game is amazing, even for the time it came out in 2012. You can tell, like, just like from the look on her face that she didn't believe him, but all she says is okay, and then it cuts to black credits, and that's the end of the game.
Huh.
That is just talking about it. It's just such a good game.
Yeah, it's a sad one. I don't know if I want to play it because I just know it's so sad.
Dude, it's worth it. I just get chills talking about it, thinking about it.
Yeah, I know the remaster I played on the PS4, and I was like, "Damn, this is good."
Yep, but
I have one. I think last one. I don't think I talked about Left 4
it out
Dead,
there.
right? Do you guys ever play? Yeah, Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
I don't know. I just remember the horde of zombies was always intense, but the tanks, man. I don't care how many times I played and I played that game a lot. It was just always intense with these goddamn tanks. They were just so strong. They took so many bullets. Everybody had to work together to take that thing down, and it was just...
Dude.
He would just punch you, and he'd launch you through the wall, like through the room, off the map.
What got me even more in that game was the fucking witches, man. Like, those...
Dude, the first time?
Oh, my God.
The first time, I was like... I remember, like, I go to, like, wait, what's that? And he's like, go to it. I'm like, what is it? Like, just go to it. Like,
you just... Yep.
So I had a shotgun. He's like, just walk up to the shotgun. Just walk up. Walk up to it. All right, now shoot it. And I didn't get close enough, so I woke her up.
Dude, the first thing you hear is the noise. Like, the noise of the crying. You hear that in the distance. You're like, oh, fuck. I know what's coming. And then, yep, you turn a corner. She's just sitting in the corner in this room. And you're like, I gotta sneak up on her and fucking shoot her in the head. But yeah, like you said, if you fuck it up, she wakes up and starts rampaging on you. It's so scary. If you make too much noise, she'll come after you.
Yes, you could walk around if you're really quiet and like you want to run.
And the music starts swelling up. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets like really loud and it's so fucking... Left 4 Dead, man. I love those games. Those games are perfect.
Yeah,
that's why
really
I like Vermintide. Like those games are really good, but something about Left 4 Dead, like the creature designs were just so cool. Like how about a chick that just kneels down and cries, and if you get near her, she fucking kills you. Like that was a cool... She won't move. She'll be there the whole time. You can't get her to move. You have to kill her or walk around her. All right, well, let's take a break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about Intellivision from Dave. And then we got another Wikipedia game. And we're back. And we have something so cool to talk about. Oh my God, Dave, I am so excited. Please tell us about this new, exciting technology that's coming out. I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk. Go ahead. What's going on?
It is new and it is exciting.
And what's it called?
So, back in 2018, way back in the days of 2018.
The before times.
a young lad named Tommy Tallarico announced that they're going to be making a new Intellivision that is like the spiritual successor of the 1980s, Atari original Atari console war counterpart.
Yeah, which
the Intellivision,
Intellivision.com, you can actually go and see this thing right now.
Mm-hmm. It's classic. I have one down in the basement. It's ready to go. But they're trying to reimagine it and kind of bring back, like, the one thing that they kind of point out when they're initially pitching this game is that, your fondest memories of playing games are, growing up and playing on the same couch as people and stuff. And they're trying to bring back a lot of that family couch co-op for everybody kind of gaming for the entire family. So it's a console on its own. Say that it's not like one of those Oyas or
True.
Was it other Kickstarter ones? They put out a Kickstarter. They reached it. They sold like 10,000 or no. Actually, it's kind of funny. They put out 2,600 pre-orders for the special founder editions, and they did 2,600 specifically to poke at Atari, which was kind of
that's good. I like
funny. That sold out in a couple hours, and then they put another 10,000 units out, and those all sold out. And they've got deals with GameStop and some of the other retailers. So they claims, looking through the Wikipedia now, it says they got like 100,000 units already ready to go they will be ready to go for retailers and stuff. So this was supposed to come out last year, but they say it was due to the pandemic. I'm also kind of thinking that it may have been to like, oh shit, Xbox and PlayStation 5 are coming out now. We're just
get out of the way.
We're going to get smushed.
Out of the way.
So. I mean, there was also a pandemic too, so they pushed everything back to the spring and then ended up pushing it back again to the fall.
Well, obviously, you can't tell everybody, hey, you want to get back together like the old times? And then the planet's telling you, everybody stay away
couch
from
co-op. You're
It's
pushing
like the
couch
worst
co-op for
timing
this
ever.
thing.
It's not the greatest time
Yeah,
for
it
that
fucking
kind of
sucks
thing,
for
but
them for sure.
it's not a crazy powerful console. How much
is this thing? How much?
8-core Snapdragon.
How much?
$250 $250.
$250, and if you get like the special, you can get like the wood grain version. I think it was like $270, something like that. But they have They have like a holy grail for the Intellivision. So you buy it for $250. Boom, comes with 6 games already on it, which is nice. So, like now, like you buy a Switch,
preloaded, baby.
You come buy a Switch for $300. The kid's already asking for it, and I'm like, well, shit, that's $300, and then I got to get the Pro controller. It's another $60, and then I got to get at least 2
plus
games.
Games.
So that's another $120.
Yep.
So you get to like $500-$600 quick to get a Switch in the door.
Okay, so you're saying this is a kid's game, a kid's system, or for family?
It's fun for the whole family.
It's fun
the Switch is going to bring more
family.
fun, I think, than for the family than this thing.
Yeah, but you're going to drop like $700 if you're going to get more Joy-Cons. That's another $60 a pop. So you're getting into like $700-$800 range if you want your family to play.
Okay, so this is a console for a family on a budget.
I guess it's a more entry-level gaming console. I'm assuming it's going to target more of the casual fan, a lot more of the family things, because one of the things that they do have is they're splitting up their games. They're trying to have them developed between like these certain categories they call them. So there's sports and recreation, educational and brain games, party games, and then they got remakes of a lot of the old Intellivision games.
I mean, literally all these games are multiplayer, right?
Yes.
You don't have to play couch co-op, but like all of them you can play like with more than one person. I think that's like the whole intention of it is to
cool.
Bring the whole family together or whatever, and for a family game night.
Yep. I have a question.
Yeah,
though.
Please.
What happens if like this thing launches and it's not a big deal? What if it's not? What's the support here?
Yeah, I'm curious
Well,
about
Because
that.
like Nintendo had a friggin'
for
Wii
launch,
U that almost, I wouldn't say killed the company, but it really hurt Nintendo's image for a little bit there until they came up with the amazing Switch. But they went from the Wii, then they had the Wii U, and it was meh. And people were like, "Oh shit, is Nintendo out of like ideas?" And then they came out with the Switch, and it's just like, nope, they're better than ever. Can this survive
this
something
one
like
I
that?
think this one's it's made to be around for a while. You're not going to do anything crazy with the processing power on it. Everything's like either a 2D or 2.5D ish game. They have some commandments for their game design that kind of, I guess, speak to the console.
I know, but I'm just like, oh man,
it's like you're not gonna get ports of Assassin's Creed on this thing. You're not gonna get ports of,
I don't know, like
crazy stuff.
But dude, everybody when we were little, everybody was talking about Super Mario 3 or Battletoads or something. Like everybody was talking about like Mortal Kombat. If all the kids are talking about Fortnite and Minecraft, are they going to be talking about? No, they're not. That's what I'm afraid of. It's just like you got.
No, but that may not even be. I guess it could be.
This is not for the kids. This is for the Daves of the world who want to introduce their kids to his childhood.
I mean,
and
but there's also
introduce them
I'm watching this
gaming in general, because they have their fair share of party games. They have their fair share of like tabletop games. So I could see other sorts of more in-depth games for adults coming out. Really, well, 10 Commandments. So every game is E or E10. So every game is rated for everybody. You're not going to get violence. You're not going to get murder and swearing and stuff like that.
No sex, violence, any of that.
No. Every game is easily playable without the need for complicated instructions. Must be allow players of different abilities. So I guess they'd talk about a lot of difficulty scaling and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Every game is going to cost less than $10 to start. So it comes with 6 games. I believe it is launching with about 35 games just to start.
Yeah, they got a lot of games.
And everything's $10 or less. So, and they're not going to be crazy. Like I said, all 2.5.
Dave, but you spend $10 per game for 10 games, and you just spend $100. So you've now bought this console, and you bought this $100 of games, so you get $350. I don't know. I mean, like, is that better than getting a Switch and getting?
I think it's more meant
game?
for these arcadey, like, fun, one-off, not one-off, but just a pop in, pop out experience.
Every game has to be designed for the Amico too, so there are a lot of specific games that you're gonna get on here that you will are like impossible to get anywhere else. Yeah. And then you got
big
the
selling
touchscreen,
point,
which kind of goes.
Big
back
selling
and forth.
point: no ads, downloadable content, loot boxes, or in-game purchases. You buy the game, you got it.
Boom, done. And it comes with 2 controllers. They both wirelessly charge on top, but you can also use your phone at any point you want. So
that is cool that you can.
You don't
use
have
your
to
phone.
buy extra controllers either. So you can have 8 people at your house, like you're playing You Don't Know Jack or whatever, like having a party over at your house, and instead you could play fucking what do we got over here? Back Talk Party or I don't know any of these party games that you got on here.
That is smart that they made a whole app that basically acts as a controller, another controller on your phone.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not a new concept, but it's kind of a novel concept for like a console.
That works for new You Don't Know Jack. I'm surprised more games haven't kind of stolen that from there. But I mean, to start, a lot of these games on the list are remakes. Some of them are bigger than others. Astro Smash was a staple on Intellivision. This one bought like certain games on here, like it's going to be hard to replicate other places. Bomb Squad, you literally, you're looking in a bomb and trying to snip wires and use different tools to not get yourself blown up. But there's a lot of like old games. I see Pong on here. We got racing games, Care Bears. You know, they're really catering to my demographic, I guess, from the 80s. But like then you got weird stuff on here like spades, like so you can play cards basically with everybody having a controller in your hand, and actually not having to look at each other and use a deck of cards. But I could see a lot of RPGs or tabletop stuff coming to this too.
That could work. The 2-screen type of experience would work really well for something like the cards or like you're saying, the tabletop stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool concept.
Yeah, I mean they're all motion controls too, so you can probably do those Wii type games. We're using it to drive or using it to bowl. Like there's a cornhole game that's coming out with it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, what other console are you gonna get? What other console are you gonna get cornhole on?
Because I don't want to play that as a video game. I want to play the real
Go outside
cornhole,
and fucking play cornhole.
I can't shoot people in real life. That's why I play video games, because it's different.
Yeah.
I can't do I don't know. That
Well,
is a pet peeve of mine. Hey, do you want to play this, which is like the real thing, right? Like that's like 5 feet from you, or do you want to play the video game? I don't know. It's just weird. No, I want to play. I want to be a pirate.
They're going to be a lot more bite sized. I mean, these are $7 to $10 games. It's more like
some of them definitely look better than others.
You play a couple games of Astro Smash. You get in there, you switch it over, just like when you were a kid. You pop out the cartridge and pop in something new.
Can we say for the record, Dave is the retro arcade guy of the group, and I'm fucking cynical.
So for now, yeah.
But
I love that stuff. I miss the arcades. Yeah. Bring the arcades back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I think it's super cool. They actually have an E3 thing coming this year. It's the release date is still set for October 10th of 2021. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that's wild. I mean,
and there was that demographic that like the Wii, like people's grandmothers had Wiis and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think Nintendo does have that family corner kind of pinned down, like the family fun thing. Like you're gonna get your kid a fucking Switch. Like that seems like the easy thing to do, but I think this is gonna be the entry level version of the family fun games. It'd be nice if they, like, one thing they don't have is they don't have online yet. So we'll see if they actually crack and put online into this thing. I don't know.
Even with the Switch, it's still hard to find. I mean, you have your big couch co-op games. You got your fucking Overcooks and your stuff like that. But there's really not a ton of, like, strictly couch co-op games out there. It's mostly online stuff nowadays, but I think the idea of the couch co-op is cool.
There's going to be a lot more casual people playing this. Like, this is something that, somebody that doesn't even have a console, a family that doesn't, like, I don't think they're not targeting the hardcore gamers. That's freaking
wishful thinking, brother, because everybody's got an iPhone, and Apple's got arcade, and those games are really fun, and I think your casual gamers are already playing shit, and then your hard gamers are playing shit. I am so cynical on the. I'm just like, I just don't see a friggin' market for this. I think that's like.
Listen, when Dave gets this, when it comes out, we'll all go to his house and we'll play this fucking thing and see what it's all about.
Say, who's this for? For? And I'm like having a blast for it. No. Well, we definitely have to revisit this fucking.
We'll do a follow-up episode.
Because I'm curious when
it comes out.
What they say at E3 is going to be kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
So
the games have to be fun.
Continued.
The controls have to be good, and there has to be an audience, straight up. So we'll see.
Yeah, check out the videos of some of the demos and some of the games that are out there, and the little bite-sized games. So
okay. Hey guys,
to be continued.
What's that? Oh, what's that wiki?
What's that wiki?
I should make fucking songs for these stupid games we put at the end. Okay.
I need intro songs.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the meantime, I will be hosting this turn on What's That Wiki. We debuted this one last week with Eric, so I'm going to be doing it. The rules are pretty simple. I'm going to redact obvious information about a video game, and these are all going to be video games, and I'm just going to read the plot from Wikipedia, And the first one to think they know it can say their name. And then if they get it right, they win. If they don't, then that second person can pretty much take their time until they're ready to make their move. Which I did last week, and at least let me get 1 win in, or 1 point in. But okay, so let's start off. Are you guys ready?
I gotta get pumped up for this. I'm ready to go.
Fire away.
Okay, so it goes as this. Blank is set 60 years into the future of a fictionalized Earth, 30 years after the resolution of what is known as the blank. Before the blank, humanity had been in a golden age of prosperity and technology development. Humans developed robots with artificial intelligence called blank, which were put to the use to achieve economic equality and began to be treated as people in their own right. The blank began when the worldwide automated omnium facilities that produced them started producing a series of lethal, hostile robots that attack humankind.
Oh fuck! Now, is this Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh, that's a good guess, but it's
fuck.
wrong,
No,
but it's a bad guess.
I have another guess, but I don't.
Okay. Initially,
Dave.
individual countries responded with various programs. The United States developed its Soldier Enhanced program to produce elite fighters, for example, while Germany assembled the Nightlight Crusaders. When these efforts failed to ward off the redacted blank, the United Nations quickly formed blank, an international task force combining these.
I know what this is.
Dave,
come on.
This is a recent game. Is this Overwatch?
Yep, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
After I said it, I knew
Force.
it. Fuck.
Task Force got me.
Very good, very good. I didn't think it would be so hard, but as I read it,
I didn't know it starts 60 years in the future.
Yep. Okay.
I heard robots. I heard and I thought Horizon Zero, but that didn't make sense because it wasn't far enough in the future. Whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Here we go. Number 2. A joint operation between the United States Marshal Service and the County Sheriff's Department, consisting of Deputy Blank, Sheriff Blank, and his deputies Blank, Blank, and the player character Blank.
Eric.
Blank.
Is this Far Cry 5?
It is.
Yes, I knew it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a lot of. Is it because everybody was on the helicopter? That was all the blanks.
Yeah.
All the people that
I heard the sheriff's department and all these characters. Yep, Far Cry 5. Knew it.
Oh damn, that was a good guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was good. They got that one good. Okay, all right. So 1-1. Here we go. The in 1911, the family of Blank is kidnapped by Blank, but Blank and Blank, who force him to hunt down his former gang members in exchange for his family's return.
Eric? Shit. No, now I'm second guessing myself. Is this Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, it is not.
Fuck. No, I knew it wasn't right.
Blank first goes after former ally Blank, who now leads his own gang that terrorizes the residents of New Austin. He arrives at Williamson's stronghold at Fort Mercer, but fails to persuade him to surrender, resulting in...
Dave?
Picked the wrong one.
I was gonna say, is this Resident Evil 1?
Resident Evil 1?
Not Resident Evil, sorry, Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, yeah,
1.
Red Dead Redemption.
Sorry,
God
not
damn it.
Resident Evil, that would have been a little fucked up.
Yeah. Eric, I thought you got it, but then I don't know why you went with 2. I feel like you were just talking about how awesome 1 was. And
Why did I go with 2? I was thinking 2 was like... I heard 1911. I was like, okay, 2 takes place after 1, but no, it's a fucking
before.
prequel. Oh,
yeah, he had to hunt down Billy, and Billy was one of the crazy guys from yeah.
I knew it too. Fuck. All right.
Okay, all right. This is interesting.
I'll take it.
All right,
that was
so
a freebie.
yeah.
If I get this one, do we have a tiebreaker?
Yeah, I have a couple more queued up. So
Okay. All right.
all right, okay, ready? Here we go. So, in October 2019, Blank arrives at the Blank, following a telepathic message from Blank, seeking the whereabouts of her kidnapped...
Eric. Fuck, I might have buzzed in too early. Control.
Hooray! You got 3 in a row. Damn, that
No,
was
it's
good.
2-2.
Oh, is it 2-2? Oh, that's right.
Because I got
Boom,
Red
that's right.
Dead
Okay,
Redemption
cool.
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
Ah, that's right. That's right. You got that. Okay.
Here, one more.
Oh, exciting. Oh,
2-2.
okay. I'm sorry that I got that wrong. Okay, ready? Okay. The Blank is a prisoner being led to an imperial execution. Blank.
Dave.
Eric. Me? Was it me?
Who'd you get
I heard
first?
Dave.
Who'd you get first?
I heard Dave.
What? I
Okay.
swear to God,
Me too.
I fucking got it first.
That's who I definitely heard first. Is it Skyrim?
It's
It
Skyrim.
is Skyrim.
Come on, I buzzed in first.
Hey, one for the
I
good
heard myself
guys.
way before Dave. Fucking
Oh, must be that
Discord.
slow internet.
All right.
Internet
Hey,
out
this
there.
won't mean anything, but Eric, let's see if you can get this one before Dave, just for shits and giggles. Alrighty?
Fuck that.
All right. I'm going to go into this one here. Okay. The Blank deploy thousands of soldiers into the depths of Blank to battle the Blank and stop their plans to sink Blank. The Blank discovers that after sinking...
Dave? Gears of War?
Is that your final answer?
I'm going to say yes.
I am going to have to say no.
Okay.
Yes, that is incorrect.
So it's obviously in the Gears of War series.
Correct.
But I don't know shit about Gears of War, so I'm not going to get this.
Oh, all
Gears of
right.
War 2.
It was Gears of War 2.
Yes, I got it.
Yes. I thought
I
you
get those all
played
mixed
Gears
up.
of War
I just know they're
games
going
on the 360.
up and down, up and down.
Yes.
I think I watched my brother play the first one a fucking long ass time ago, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Dave.
I still think I
Going to
won.
space
We're,
camp
we're gonna have
again.
to. We're gonna have to play
Again.
that recording. We're gonna have to listen to the recording and see who actually got first. Because I swear to God, I got in first. But I'm not mad.
Who shot first? Well, either way, Dave won this one. So, Dave, it'll be your turn to host the Wikipedia. What's that wiki?
Yay.
But yeah, so we'll actually, I think we're done. I think we got the game. I think there's a couple things we wanted to kind of wrap up with.
Yeah, we got a couple tidbits at the end here.
Okay, yeah, Eric, you want to roll with it?
Yeah, I'll plug our Twitter first of all. You can follow us at Nomads of Fantasy on Twitter. I actually put out a tweet earlier in the week saying that we were going to discuss our favorite oh shit moments, and if anyone wanted to reply or send anything in, we'd read them on the show. We did get one reply from Chris Logan. So in his tweet, he said, when the credits hit on the original Assassin's Creed, I literally said, oh shit. And I know this guy from a Discord server I'm a part of, and he expanded on it. So he said, I'll read his whole thing here. I literally said, oh shit, when the credits hit on the original Assassin's Creed. If I remember correctly, at the end of the game, you are outside of the Animus, but you are able to use an ability that's normally only available when you're plugged in, and it reveals a cryptic hidden message in your room. Credits immediately hit, leaving you with a massive cliffhanger. I haven't played the game in well over a decade, so it's possible I got some details wrong, and I never played another Assassin's Creed game, so I don't even know if this led to anything cool, but I remember the oh shit feeling.
The sad story of Desmond. Poor
Yep.
Desmond, I guess.
And nobody liked the Animus part, so I'm sorry, Desmond. Like, you were kind of likable, but...
I mean,
Stupid.
Assassin's
Get that shit
Creed,
out of
yeah. Assassin's
Quick.
Creed 1, I never actually finished it. I got
either.
pretty far
No,
in it,
okay, I didn't like Altair.
Yeah.
but
It might have
2,
been the one where I think
2 is so
you get out of the
goddamn good.
Animus.
oh,
You get out of the Animus and you start, walking around and you're sneaking between it, and it takes the same controls from playing in the
Yeah.
Animus, and you're just sneaking through the facility.
I do
building or
remember that
something
part
like that,
where
but
you're in like
it's-
the real world. It was not great. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 is just a fucking amazing game.
I'm so close to just getting that remaster when it's on sale. There's like a trilogy of Ezio games or something like that. And like, I do love him. He was such a cool, charming character.
I remember liking
Definitely
that game,
the
but
best.
I don't remember a ton from that game. The thing that
Da
sticks out,
Vinci.
the thing that sticks out most to me is
That was
fighting
super
the
cool.
Pope at the end. That's like the final boss battle is when you fight the Pope and fucking murder him.
Yeah.
No, they just crank them out.
The Apple
those
of
early ones
Eden,
were
all
great.
that stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, unlocking all that weird stuff. And at the very end, there's like some kind of friggin' alien, like kind of woman thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically, like a part of like the whole Mayan calendar, like 2012 end of the world apocalypse thing, which was really weird. But yeah, it all led up to that the apocalypse essentially, and I think they were trying to stop it.
Right, and is any of that still in Assassin's Creed in any way? Like I
They
remember like some
do-
of them
They touch
could
on it a
put
little
in.
bit in Origins. I remember that. There's some of that like
Yeah.
alien fucking stuff,
I remember
Mayan
that.
calendar shit.
But not animus stuff, right?
There is some animus sequences.
I think there's
like,
some
they're-
in Annabelle.
They have that in every game, like
Not
where you
not,
come
not
out of
in
the
Odyssey,
anime.
right?
They have it in Odyssey. I think
There is.
Yeah,
I don't remember any of that being in that game. I
the
feel
same
like I've been a friggin-
character. Maybe I don't remember. I know there was some in Origins, and there was some like combat
There was like a woman.
sequences.
You
Yeah,
could
there
be a
was-
woman.
Yeah, there's some combat sequences outside of the Animus, like some stealth sections, sneaking sections. You can sneak up on them and take them out. But that's outside of the Animus stuff is never good. What was it? Assassin's Creed? Was it Black Flag or 3? One of them was in first person, and you're walking around this office. You remember that?
Forgot about that. It was Black Flag, yes.
Yeah,
Was
and
that Black Flag?
I was just playing the Rogue one because it was like a free downloader or something like that, and I was just trying it out. I was playing that one, and you do some first person in that one too with the Office.
So weird.
It's weird. It is weird. Why the fuck would it be not third
It's not
person?
fun. Like you're just sitting around reading like emails on your computer and shit. None of it's interesting.
Yeah, and the Animus part of it's weird too. Aren't they treating it like a game or something?
Yeah, it's like a virtual
You're trying
reality
to-
headset you hook up
Yeah.
to your fucking head. Or
Yeah.
something.
That was a
Weird.
really good game, though. That's definitely
Black
worth
Flag
looking
is
at.
one of the best. Yeah.
I
Shout out
did
to
like
the
Black Flag. I
sea
wanna go back to
shanties. I really loves a good sea shanty.
Yep.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed games are
Very
fun. They're
good,
just
Kristen.
fucking long, man. When I was doing those, the time to beat, I was like, man, they're just getting longer and longer and longer. This is
Dude, yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, I mainlined
easy.
Origins basically, and it still took me like 25, 30 hours.
Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the shout out on Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
because it is good. I just never liked, and then 2 was just like monumentally better. But yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
wrapping up, whatever, at Nomads of Fantasy, just to recap on Twitter. And then if you want to send in anything, comments, questions, feedback, tell us how much we suck, how much we rock, whatever, nomadsoffantasy@gmail.com as well.
Yep. Yeah, Dave, what about you? You got anything you want to throw in there? Anything you want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, I'm pretty good. Just checking out. There's some new stuff coming out on Gamepass soon. It comes out just before E3, but check those out. Play more games.
Okay. Yeah. I'm always playing through my backlog. So I think this is it. This is the episode. It was cool doing that game. This is a long one. Probably won't be doing long ones like this that often, but we had a lot to friggin' talk about. So, all right. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next episode.